Hello, everybody. I hope you're well and had an amazing Thanksgiving with your family, eating up all that turkey, that mashed potato with extra gravy, finishing it off with a nice sweet potato pumpkin pie with a scoop of ice cream, you know what I'm saying? And if y'all vegetarian, some tofu style casserole, you know what I'm saying? Tofu turkey with extra mushroom gravy and wrapping it up with some zucchini and coconut caramel glaze. You know, I say that because I'm a professional eater, or at least I used to be. See, my cravings, to be honest, actually, y'all, have been under control. I'm going through Thanksgiving still fasting, and it's interesting because folks around me are eating, but I'm just not hungry. And during this fasting journey, you know, and being able to tell the difference between your cravings and when your body is truly hungry, I think a lot of folks confuse cravings for hunger, and that habitually imbues into the lifestyle, leading to a lot of preventable, I guess, medical issues, right? So what I really realized as my body's going through this ketosis stage, converting fats into glucose for energy, that I think, have a lot of fat to burn. Because actually, there is a term called true hunger, which is an actual term in the fasting world, and I think a lot of folks in the medical world as well, is when the body is completely deplenished of the fats and it moves completely towards protein for energy. And that is when real starvation really begins and your energy level just really deplenishes and everything declines rapidly and your protein reserves are really being maximized. You know what I'm saying? That's not good, especially when your body and your organs and some of that is made of proteins. It's kind of like similar to like a camel's hump. Yo hump, not just kidding. The camel's hump, the moment that it's strained, it's quite noticeable, and the camel gotta go and drink water to really maintain and survive, right? So I think, at least for the most of us in the developed world, we probably don't even know an ounce of what true hunger really feels like from a very humanistic approach. But the closer we can get to that feeling, the more human we become, I think. And we'll be able to really appreciate all the things that we have so that we can really create a better and more improved self-content, you know, where we are and moving forward for a brighter future, you know, with all our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, on a different note, weight-wise, I am around 149 to 150. It's kind of fluctuating up and down a little bit now. And today is it is day 22. So I'm down 3 pounds from the last update I gave y'all at day 16, which is great because I'll be around 145 range by day 28, which is when I will break my fast. I'm announcing it now, man. I am breaking my fast on day 28, 7 days after day 21, and that's going to be exciting. Now, breaking the fast has a bit of a science, you know what I'm saying, beyond that as well. From my research, the stomach digestive system is on a pretty long break. So to wake up the dragon, wake up the tiger, however you want to call it, you got to give it a bit of time. So the thought is, for every 4 days, you know, that you fasted, you have to give it 1 day of breaking and easing into the fast. So I'm at day 22, which is about 6 days of easing back to solid foods. So if it's 28 days, it'll be 7 days, right? And what I'll be doing basically is I'm introducing smaller solid foods into each day. So for example, I'll make like I've been drinking vegetable broth, but now I'll be incorporating the carrots, actually solid carrots and naba, and I'll be blending that up on the NutriBullet or something day 1, leading to day 3, where I might add a little rice in there in the soup, keeping it soft, like a rice soup. And then day 4, 5, add some chunks of vegetables. Day 6, 7, potentially real soup, salads, rice, right? You get the picture? But during all of this time, I will still be drinking juice because my body's used to that juice for energy. Let's see. And I actually ordered some juice too, just to ease the process and help out. So that's cool. I think the other question that's probably popular is, would I do this again? And I would say, hell yeah. and I will say son. I'm just kidding. Um, Dude, the benefit is unreal. As I talked about, it's always good to think of it this way: a reset. It's like partying every freaking day. Don't you want a break? Don't you just want to go get a nice long massage, a jacuzzi, a sauna, work out a little bit, sit back, chill, and relax? See, balance, I think, is super important in the lifestyle. Sometimes we get so imbued into our lifestyle that we forget about what balance really is. Even though we know about it and we need it, you know what I'm saying? I do want to point out at one point, y'all may be hearing, say, from your doctor, say, you got to eat often, it's healthy. Well, there's been a lot of research from around the world that's already implementing centers of fasting. Sorry, I'm just changing the topic for a bit. Implementing centers of fasting and having really incorporate that into their hospitals. Like I think in Russia, in Germany, and it's getting here in America. We may have not heard too much of it here in the Midwest, but it's coming in, kind of like fashion. If you guys are into fashion, you know how certain styles come to New York first, LA first, and the trend moves over to the center, right here in Chicago. It's kind of like that. Like in America right now, if you look at it, the Norris Comprehensive Center, Cancer Center Hospital, one of the largest anti-cancer center in America, is already using fasting. And I think it's led by Dr. Tanya Dorff. And she's leading that because from her understanding, she finds from her research and studies and all that kind of stuff that it's helping with cancer treatment. Leading into the research has been shown by Dr. Victor Longo from the University of Southern California, where he found from his research and experiments over and over at the university that fasting can lead to minimizing the horrible effects of chemotherapy, leading to better results, right? And from his research that's carrying on to that is that he realized from a genetic perspective that the self-preservation genetic code wakes up. So our good cells suddenly activate this protective barrier, changes the genetic code to self-preservate and protect all the good cells while the bad cells just dies. And that's crazy. So these implementation plans are actually moving over to the center, to us, all of America. You may have not heard it now, but it's coming. So a lot of research on there is definitely painting, I have to say, a different picture compared to what we know as the common norm. It's kind of like, if I throw another bone into it, it's like eating fast food, drinking, smoking, sugar, trans fat. We all know that's cancerous. There's enough studies that shown that that's bad for us, completely bad for us, but we're doing it anyway, right? Thinking that it won't hurt. And then we know that it's cancer. So it's the same idea with fasting. There's a lot of research has shown that it's good for you. A lot, plenty. Check it out. But we just don't do it because it's not the norm. Which is a really bad argument for it, right? Anyways, do your own research. Because I find that a lot of times self-discovery is the best to solidify and change lifestyles. In addition to the fact that I'm sure folks are watching this now can disagree, it is very different for their doctors and how their doctors are saying that. Because to think of it, doctors, even in the general doctor's curriculum, if you look at the curriculum itself set at medical schools and whatnot, there's not much on nutrition. Because I think the doctors, they leave it to the nutritionists, right? So those two departments don't really mix too much, or at least go into too crazy amount of depth or deep. So when we take advice from our doctors about eating this more, eating a balanced meal, what does that really mean, right? I mean, in general, like specifically, what does balance mean? Especially for you, based on your body. I think it's based on your body, your vitamin deficiency, your mental state, your yin and yang. So all in all, what I'm saying is, I ain't no doctor, but what I can say is this. Whether it's fasting, whether it's good nutrition, mental, spiritual, the question is that it needs to be catered specifically for you in order to be healthy. And we can't, at any time in our lives, let the common norm dictate what we should and shouldn't do for our health. The truth is, let's look at it from a very wide net here, is that our country, we're facing an underlying health crisis that no one truly is addressing. And I think that's because of the special potential interest, the marketing companies, political involvement, and all of that in order to keep the norm. So I say if the norm is not healthy, at least we gotta try to make it healthy individually for us, for our family, coming from a very grassroots approach and affect those around us, go local, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we may have to think and challenge ourselves to think outside of the box if the norm does not work. Anyways, I can stop here. I can go all day. Hit me up with some questions. We can chat up in the box, or we can, give each other a messenger call and talk up, because there's a lot of interesting research out there that sometimes we may have to be our own doctors if we got to speak to ourselves, because a lot of times I think doctors are amazing, but they add their own 2 cents that are very in general. It's not specific to our health, right? Anyways, my next update will be day 30, which is probably my 1 or 2 days into my post-fast, which I'm really excited about. And I wish you, everybody watching this, an amazing Thanksgiving weekend with your family. Be safe, be well, and just be awesome, Time is limited, not to, right? Anyways, ciao for now, brothers and sisters. Peace. Vinh. Hey y'all, if you like content like this, show some love by clicking the like button below, hit subscribe, and please comment. Good or bad comments, just keep it real, keep it original, and keep it coming. I promise you this is not just for my own selfish vanity, but a way to really gauge where to improve content and keep spreading the love back to y'all. So by the power invoked in an average Joe like me, I will wish everybody a good day, great day. Be awesome, be well. Remember to be positive. Peace.